many of you have ever felt the full power of the sun? You've sat out in the sun, laid out in the sun, and just felt it baking into your body. Raise your hand if you felt that full power. Feels pretty good, feels pretty incredible, doesn't it, right? Now, here's the thing that's kind of amazing about the sun. The sun shines with 385 septillion watts. That's 385 with guess how many zeros after it? 17 zeros. Now, the interesting thing is you can sit in the sun without getting burned. But when it comes to a laser shines with just 5 watts, but when you focus those 5 watts into one particular point, it can cut through a diamond. A diamond. And that is the power of focus. So let me ask you, given the choice to shine like the sun in your business or pierce like a laser, which would you choose? Let me know in the chat. Would you prefer to shine like the sun over everything and everyone, bringing warmth to everyone, or pierce like a laser with one specific focal point? So let me go ahead, see what you have. Most everyone is saying laser, laser, laser. One or two of you is saying shine. A couple of you are saying shine in the sun, and I don't blame you. Because when you really think about it, who wouldn't want to be able to shine like the sun and be all things to everybody, bring light to the world, right? But the problem is when you try to shine your light to the entire world, what happens? It gets lost. A lot of times you don't even notice the sun, right? So what we're going to do is show you how to shine your light like a laser. Focus your message like a laser so it can pierce through the noise of 2 billion websites. Because in an environment like where we are right now, in a business environment that's so freaking crowded, you can't afford to shine like the sun anymore. And 99% of all entrepreneurs who are out there trying to build their business, they're out there trying to shine like the sun, and their light's getting lost. Their message is getting lost in the noise. So I really want to support you in focusing that message down. And just to remind you what your message is, your message are the words that you write and the words that you speak. It's both what you say and how you say it. And your message strategy includes who you serve, what you offer, and how you're different. And when you've got your message dialed in, you're going to know exactly how to communicate your value and succeed even in the most competitive markets, even today, because you are solving a problem and you're offering a solution in a way that makes people say, yes, I want that. But when you don't have your message dialed in, you don't have that really strong message, you're going to struggle to get sales and build your audience. If you're not crystal clear, your customers are going to tune out, your offers won't convert, and you'll be stuck trying strategy after strategy, wondering why nothing is working. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you to turn to page 18 in your workbook. And again, if you don't have your $100 box or you're just joining us for the first time, you can also find these resources on your dashboard. You can download the resources for this particular session. Now, this is what I call the Level 4 message framework. It looks super duper simple, but don't let its simplicity fool you. This took me like years and years of being a messaging and branding strategist to be able to distill down what I was doing into a framework that's so super simple. And you can use this framework to define your business as a whole, or an individual product or program or service. And you can spend a very long time working on the 8 pieces of your message that you see here on your screen, which is what you offer, who you serve, how you're different, your niche, your value, your tribe, and your brand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through this framework one piece at a time and show you basically how to construct a message one piece at a time. Because what you're going to see is that the magic happens in the intersections of this framework. The magic happens in the intersections. So let's start with the top of this framework, which is what you offer. And almost everybody goes into business focused on what they're offering. You can't help yourself. It's the meat and potatoes of what you do. It's kind of why you decide to start a business most of the time. But there's a big problem with focusing on just what you offer, in that you cannot stand out from the noise of 2 billion websites today with just what you offer, because what you offer is inherently a little bit boring. So let me give you an example so you can see exactly what I mean. If I were to just share what I offer, I would say I teach online business strategies. Now, based on that alone, I teach online business strategies. Who wants to work with me? Raise your hand if you want to work with me. And don't worry, don't give me a sympathy vote. We're all friends here. We're trying to construct a really good message, so you don't have to tell me you're going to work with me just based on that. So it's not very good, is it? It's not very compelling. Yet so many people are out there being like, I'm a life coach or whatever it happens to be, leading with what they offer and only with what they offer. And the truth is that nobody really cares what you offer. They care how it's going to support them. So in that world of 2 billion websites and 4.74 billion people online, you need to go beyond what you offer if you're going to be heard, if your message is going to get out there, if your message is going to pierce like a laser, if your message is really going to be as powerful as it possibly could be. So let's go down to the who you serve section. Now, let's see what happens if you just focus on who you serve. Who is the audience for your offers, your products, your services, your message, your business? Now, if I were to share about my business just from the framework of who I serve, I would say that I work with entrepreneurs who want to use the internet to get new customers. Entrepreneurs who want to use the internet to get new customers. Based just on who I serve, who wants to work with me now? Raise your hand if you want to work with me now. Anyone? Anyone want to work with me? Okay, I see a few people. Yeah, because people like to be seen and heard. They like to be recognized for who they are. But not a lot of people. I'm thinking we can do better. Do you think we can do better than that? Yeah? Okay, because like I said, the magic, it happens where? Where does the magic happen? At the intersections of the model. So the very first intersection is what I call level 1 of your message. You're building a level 4 message. Level 1 is purely your niche. So your niche is at the intersection of what you offer and who you serve. And your niche is essentially your specialization. It's what you do and who you do it for. It's those two things combined, and you cannot have a profitable business without a niche. So niches can range from super broad to super specific. And here's the thing. It's easier to start specific and broaden out once you achieve success. So let me give you some examples. My niche of I teach entrepreneurs how to use the internet to get new customers and grow their business, that is super broad. And I personally know dozens of people who could say the exact same thing. How many of you have heard that before? How many of you know other people who do that? Yep. Yeah, it's super duper broad. It does not differentiate me. But let me show you what happens if we just get a little bit more specific about my niche, just a little bit more specific. If I were to say that I teach entrepreneurs who are tired of chasing shiny objects how to use the right internet marketing tools and strategies to get new customers and grow their business fast, is it sounding better? Raise your hand if it's sounding better. Is that sounding better? Yeah. Universally, it's sounding better. And I didn't do too much there because remember, I'm only focusing on a level 1 message. And a level 1 message, it's enough to build a business where you're making consistent income. Just having a level 1 message is enough for consistent income. So as you saw, how many people want to work with me now based on that?